Good afternoon. We're at the Gregory Ridge Trailhead yet again. Filmed the video here really not too long ago. I think we came up here in like October. But yeah, I'm here during the peak season, so this trail is really busy right now. I came after work. It's about 3:30 right now, and surprisingly the parking lot's like really empty. But it's been busy this time of year. I hiked this trail last weekend as well. We came up the other side from the Dragon 20-mile ranger station and did it that way. That was a really good hike, much longer than the one we have planned this weekend. So the plan originally was to stay at Sheep Pen Gap up on the top of Gregory Bald, sort of like we did in my last video that I did over here. But on Monday I got a notification that it was closed for bear activity, which isn't too surprising. But the backup plan is to go up here to Forge Creek, number 12. Stay there tonight. Today is Friday, so I'm gonna be solo tonight, and then we've got a few others that are gonna be meeting me at camp in the morning. We'll head up Summit, come back down, and stay another night at 12. So that's kind of the tentative plan right here. I just wanted to come out early. This is my first video in a while, partly because it's my first backpacking trip in a while. I got married on June 7th, had the honeymoon, all that kind of stuff. So I've been out of the game. It's been just yesterday was 1 month since my last backpacking trip, so it's been a while. As I've said before, I really only film like maybe half of the trips that I go on, and then maybe half of those get published. So really want to make a good video out of this one. It's absolutely beautiful out here today. It's been really hot in East Tennessee, but the rhododendron are looking amazing. Obviously we got the azaleas to look forward to at the top, so I'm just gonna churn and burn these miles. Maybe make a couple stops along the way to show off some cool stuff. I know there's some neat stuff on this trail, so I'll see you when I see you. This is a pretty popular spot on the trail. It's a big old root ball. They don't get a heck of a lot bigger than that. I don't know how long this one's been there, but it's been there for a while, at least a year. So I know I saw it last year. I don't know if it's been there a while. The rhododendron is popping right now. It's really blooming pretty well. Definitely better than last year. I wouldn't quite call it like a big bloom, but it's nice. You can kind of see all the way up there. I don't know if the camera picks that up super well, but some really good flowers going on right now. It's really pretty out here. Gosh, it's hot though. I'd say I know when I left work, which I work just south of Knoxville, and it was like 93 degrees or something like that. I guess it's probably like low 80s right now, which is pretty rare for the Smokies. I feel like, especially, I mean, at this elevation in particular, but I'm feeling good. I've been hiking for like less than 10 minutes, so I really can't complain too much at all. And this trail's really flat to the campsite, and then it kicks it up a notch, but we'll probably see you at camp. All right, we have made it to camp. It's actually a much shorter hike than I thought. It was just under 1.5 miles, so I got here in like 30 minutes. I'm a little disappointed. There's someone else here that's camping up there. I don't think they're here right now. They might be hiking to the Bald or something. This campsite was supposed to be just me tonight, so I was hoping to claim the good tent sites up there. Honestly, these ones down here aren't great, but they'll do. The main downside of this campsite, I would say, that there's just not a lot of flat sites in general. I'd say there's like maybe enough for like 4 or 5 tents, which at a 12-person campsite doesn't really cut it. And it's also literally right off the trail. Like, that's the trail right there. So that's kind of unfortunate, just because, you know, you don't really want people just hiking 10 feet away from your campsite all day long, especially on a busy day. But that shouldn't affect us too much this trip, just because we'll be getting up fairly early in the morning and be getting into camp, you know, mid-afternoon. So I've been hearing some thunder, although the forecast looked good last time I checked it, so I don't know what that's about. But yeah, right now I'm just kind of trying to pick out a good spot for my tent. I like this spot, but it's just like really close to the bear cables. This spot's solid, but it's really close to the trail. I think I might be able to pitch something right here. I'm not sure, but it's also still really close to the trail. But yeah, gonna kind of think it over a little bit more and sit down and chill for a sec, and then start getting camp set up. So I'll check in a minute. Got the tent pitched right here. I think that's the best spot. It may not look too bad on the camera, but it's probably like the weirdest pitch I've ever done. Kind of like off the back of this hill. I just didn't want to get on any of these roots, mess with it a couple times. I think that's the best we're gonna do. So I'm gonna start loading everything else in there now. Camp is all set up. I got a little fire going here, honestly, just for the sake of trying to smoke off some of these bees. The honeybees are out like crazy right now, and I feel like if I sit still for 2 minutes, they're all over me. So this fire definitely seems to be helping though. Still not really sure what's going on with this other hiker. I started to kind of think maybe they stayed here last night, and I may have already talked that through, but it's 5:30 and they're still not here. So I've only been here about an hour probably, but yeah, got everything set up. Time to just kind of chill. I don't know if you can hear it. I know you heard that. There's some pretty serious thunder going on. That's been going on probably for the last like 45 minutes. Forecast didn't say anything, so whatever. If it starts raining though, I'll probably just kind of hunker down in the tent and chill out for a while. Temperature's pretty comfortable right now, so I'm just hanging out. Probably gonna eat some food here in a second. Just gonna kind of relax and enjoy it. So I'll check in here in a little bit, likely when I make some dinner or something. So talk to you soon. Okay, I know I said the next time I'd check in would be dinner time, but just kind of wanted to give an update here. It's about 6 o'clock and the bees have gone away, which is really nice. I don't think it's due to my fire. And I also hope that it's not due to the storm coming in. They can usually tell that kind of stuff before we can. Still no sign of this other hiker. It's kind of weirding me out a little bit. I mean, I'm not gonna get too concerned about it, but it's kind of odd. There's a day pack hanging on the cables there, and then right up that path. I can't even see it right now, but there's a tent pitched. So I don't know. Maybe they're in there taking a nap. I don't know. But maybe they're also up on the Bald taking their time coming down. So yeah, I mean, whatever. Not gonna worry about that. It's not the first time I've camped with a suspicious tent hitched somewhere back in the corner, but yeah, having a really good time right now. The temperature is great. The fire is almost starting to feel kind of good. But yeah, really excited for the hike tomorrow. If everything goes to plan, Shelby and Case and them should be here at about 8:30, and we should be summiting sometime no later than around noon. So that's gonna be really fun. The flowers were amazing last weekend. I can't imagine they're any worse this weekend. It should be about peak, you know, when we go up there tomorrow. So really excited for that. Yeah, just kind of hanging out by the fire right now and enjoying it. Just feeling very good temperature wise, and just really nice relaxation out here, especially now that the bees are gone. Those were annoying the heck out of me. But yeah, just kind of hanging out. So I'll check in here pretty soon. Okay, it's like 7:20 or something. I did just eat dinner and I forgot to film that, but you know, just boiling water and pouring it into a bag. I had the buffalo chicken mac and cheese from Mountain House. I've been getting that one a lot recently. It's super good. It's probably my favorite at the moment. But yeah, sun's starting to come down. It's cooled off a lot. The bees are done. Haven't heard thunder in a while. Pretty blue skies, so I think the weather's gonna hold out for us, at least for a while. But it's a beautiful night out here. Just kind of enjoying the fire. Not really doing much. Yeah, just gonna continue to hang out. So I'll check in a little later. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see me. It is the very late hour of 9:30 and I'm honestly pretty tired. Just had a busy last couple weeks, and I think I'm gonna lay down and watch some TV here within the next few minutes. Just kind of waiting on this fire to burn down. It's probably got another, I don't know, half hour in it before it's safe. But I'm gonna go hang my pack, dump some water on this bad boy, and probably hit the sack within the next half hour or so. I guess next time I check in will be in the morning. The three amigos are gonna meet me, I think sometime around 8:30, 9, somewhere between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. So I'll be up and ready for that. The plan is to spend most of the day at the Bald, just kind of enjoy the flowers, hang out up there, and probably get back here into camp, you know, early evening is kind of the thought. So I will check in the morning. All right, it's 8:30. I'm up and out of the tent, pretty much packed up, but already a lot of people walking by the campsite. It's clearly going to be a pretty busy day up there. Slept pretty comfortably last night. I mean, it was a little warm, but it wasn't too bad. Still have no idea what's going on with this hiker over here. Thinking now maybe they are, I don't know. But Shelby, Case, and Cameron should be here any second, so just gonna kind of probably eat a little breakfast real quick and make sure I hydrate, and then we're gonna get on the trail. So talk to you soon. Okay. All right, the crew has arrived. Hi. And we're getting ready to do our summit. It's busy today. A lot of people have walked by camp. It is 9:50, so we should be up there about a little after noon, I'd say. So yeah, we're gonna get trekking, see how this goes, and I'll probably check in next at the top. So let's start the suffer. We made it. What do we think?
Oh so pretty.
Worth it.
Pretty amazing.
Unbelievable.
We're gonna eat some lunch. I think we're all starving.
Yes.
And then go walk around and explore a little bit. So we'll check in then. All right, just got done eating lunch. Just gonna kind of walk around up here a little bit. It's really nice weather. They're all over there taking some pictures. It feels great up here. It's nice and sunny. I guess it's like low 70s. Yeah, just gonna I was up here last weekend as well, and I feel like the bloom was probably a little bit better then. Not by a whole lot, but it's really nice up here. All right, just kind of doing our rounds here, checking things out. It's really pretty today. It's not, like I said, not quite as popping as it was last weekend, but it's still really nice. So just gonna kind of walk through here a little longer. Twisted my ankle pretty good, getting some water before we summited. So I took some ibuprofen, so it's feeling all okay now. So I think I'm gonna probably get heading back down soon before it gets much worse. But I don't know what they're gonna do, but I'll check in here in a little bit. I'm gonna just kind of let the camera roll here. But yeah, I'll check in here in a little bit. Just gonna let the camera roll and show off these flowers.
Wow, that's a good bloom.
That might be the winner right there.
Yeah. Strong.
All right, we're almost back to camp. I'd say we're like less than a mile out, but just kind of waiting for the rest of the group to catch up on me. They're behind me. My ankle is pretty freaking sore, so I can't wait to soak that in the creek. The you know, 4 or so miles of downhill have been a little rough, but got some great views right here. Really nice hike so far. The weather's been great. Hasn't been too hot. Sunny all day. It was maybe some rain in the forecast, so glad that came through. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty tired with this ankle. I'm having to like really modify the way I'm walking, but we're back. We're almost back. So looking forward to that, sitting down and chilling at camp for a while. So I'll catch up with you when we get there. Well, that was crazy. There's coyotes like right here. They stopped, but they were freaking out about something weird. Well, anyway, we're at camp now. Everybody's kind of setting up. Got us over there. Case and Cameron over there. How'd the hike go, guys?
Well,
It was good.
Walk again.
It was good. But yeah, just hanging out at camp for now. I think we're about to go swim here in a second. The weird bag and tent is still here. So that's probably a mystery that's going to go unsolved unless someone comes in tonight. But yeah, we'll check in here in a little bit when we go for a little dip in the creek. Doing some swimming, just dunked the head in, feels amazing. We got a nice little creek here. I mean, it's definitely not like swimmable, but you can sit in this, chill out. Ooh, there's another good head dunking spot. Briefcase going in for the dunk. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It gets your veins going, doesn't it?
That's pretty nice.
It's very nice. Well, yeah, we're gonna kind of continue to enjoy the river for a little bit, but I'll check in probably later when we make some food. Started raining pretty hard. The thunder actually produced something, so tent time.
Tent time.
Yeah, we're just gonna hang out in here. I don't think it's gonna last very long, so we're just gonna wait it out and we'll check in if / when the rain stops. So talk to you soon. All right, we are out of the tent. The rain has kind of stopped. We had some neighbors join us. They hiked it in the rain, so I don't know what they're doing. Mystery backpack is still there. Cameron and Shelby are here. Come take a look at this creek. This is like textbook storm surge right here. I mean, it was pouring rain for about 30 to 45 minutes. It's done now. We got mostly blue skies up there, but this creek is about as surged as it gets. Let's take a look here. If you go back probably just a couple minutes in the video, you'll see what it looked like before the rain, and it did not look like that. But yeah, we got really looks like mostly blue skies here, a little overcast, but we should hopefully, if we're done for the night with rain, then we're good to go. We're in business, so we're gonna get it rolling here. Maybe try to get a fire started, and yeah, we'll check in here in a little bit. All right, it's now morning. Sorry I didn't do another check-in last night before we went to bed. Started kind of raining again and got late, kind of scrambled to get in the tent. And once I got in the tent, I realized I left my GoPro in my bag, so I just didn't feel like getting wet to go get that. Yeah, I don't know if I had talked about it in my last clip, but we had some other people roll into camp last night. And they came in the pouring rain, and this is their setup. I'd say they got here about 7:30 or so, and around 8:30 we just saw them all get out of their tent and just leave, just walk that way towards the trailhead with all their stuff. So I have no idea what they're doing. It's really odd to have not one but two abandoned tents at this site right now. I really have no idea what would be going on. These guys, you know, this is not the first time I've seen this. This is a perfect example of what not to do when you come into the backcountry. They just have all this brand new gear. Unfortunately, you know, I just see all these ends of zip ties, and they have brand new shoes with tags on them, and there's some cast iron pans that are full of fat, and a cooler full of water bottles, and you know, we look over here and there's just all this cardboard. I really hope they didn't just completely abandon this stuff and that they're coming back for it, but either way, there's just so much trash that they've already left on the ground that you just kind of have to imagine is not getting picked up. So that's really sad. So just be courteous. I mean, at the very least, if you come out here, take the tags off your gear and This is just really just unacceptable. So I'll probably see if I can notify the rangers of just what's going on, and maybe they can come out here, and I'll pick up as much of that trash as I can. I'm just gonna assume it's trash. Really odd, they came out of their tent, we said hi to them, and they kind of just like did a little wave and just walked away and never came back. So I don't know what their plan is, but anyway, no big deal. Last night was good, slept well. Yeah, it was really nice and cool as well. A lot cooler than the first night. So I'm gonna see what I can make for breakfast here, and I'll check in once we're all up. All right, time to head out. I'm not gonna film much here because the bees are swarming us, but we're about to hit the trail, so I'll probably check in when we get home and kind of debrief the trip. So talk to you soon.
Look at it.
Oh, how was your Unfortunatley camping trip, Cam? Sorry, it was so fun. But it was good. This is the first time like I've camped, and we grew up camping, and I did a lot of camping in college, but it was always like you just drive up to the side. Right. Like I've never like hiked to a campground or anything. So, well, you were great.
All right, made it back to the trailhead. We're good to go. I think we all had a good time. Pace, Cameron, you guys have a good time?
Beautiful, wonderful.
Cameron's the rookie, first backpacking trip. What do you think? Money?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. Money.
Tell me what you think.
So good.
Good. Yeah, it was good. The weather was mostly nice. No idea what's going on with those delinquent campers, but yeah, we're gonna head to Townsend, get some lunch, and then I'll check in with you when I'm back home getting unpacked. So talk to you soon. All right, I'm back home. I just kind of want to make my little follow-up video I do. I try to do at the end of all my videos, so just talking about the trip. It went really well overall. Camping this time of year in the Smokies is always going to be a little bit of a challenge. There was obviously some unexpected weather that hit us pretty hard. We had a good amount of time at camp, but right before we went to bed, it hit us pretty hard. And then obviously the part that I filmed in our tent, we were getting rained on pretty heavy. But other than that, it was great. I did hurt my ankle pretty bad at the top of Gregory Bald, as I think I talked about quite a bit in the video. That was definitely a challenge, and kind of why I was in a less than good mood on the second half of the video. Just a lot of downhill on the way back. On the uphill, it wasn't hurting too much, the very little uphill that we had, but the downhill was really tough on the ankle. So that was a little bit of a challenge. I'm going to start wearing a brace, I think. It's the first time it's really ever happened to me on trail, but I have had really bad ankles and have kind of been worried about something like that happening. So luckily it wasn't too bad. I was able to hike out of there just fine. I didn't really have any problems with that. But yeah, great trip. The flowers were beautiful. Got to see some really cool wildlife. Definitely a lot of honeybees at the campsite. When I was out towards Shuckstack a couple weeks ago, it was the same thing at campsite 113. So anywhere where there's, anywhere really, there's going to be a lot of honeybees this time of year. So I know I got stung once, and luckily I'm not allergic or anything, but it's just something that I think is going to kind of happen when you go camping in the Smokies this time of the year. It's just a lot of bugs in general, but the wildlife was great. The hiking was great. The rhododendron and the azaleas were just absolutely beautiful. Definitely recommend making a trip to see those if you're in the area at the right time of year. It was a wonderful trip. Not really sure what was going on with those other campers. That was really odd. I've never had something like that happen before, really, where it was just a tent inexplicably set up for a long period of time. But other than that, it was great. It was great overall. We had a really good time. So I've got a super cool trip planned this coming weekend with Joey and Connor. So really excited for that. We're going to be going out down towards the Dragon and doing some backpacking down there. So I'll probably try to record that. And if I don't get that one, then I've got a trip the week after that I can probably record. So thanks for watching, and hopefully the next one will be out soon.